Today with a Veve only, oh god, Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and super chats down below. Super thanks. Become a member. Yeah, link to those perks down below as well. Wraithax.eth domain name and not financial advice, of course, as always. Quite a bit to go over today. Let me go and open this window here just a little bit. Ooh, just a little. My pants are unbuttoned. I'm sorry if they fall down. There we go. All right, there we go. So, where did we leave off this morning? If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a pretty great video, I think. Shout out to Prince Manvendra for agreeing to come on the podcast. Tesla reduces stuff. Biden says he will veto the House Republican bill that would abolish the IRS and eliminate the income tax. Boy, that would have been great for us, huh? Okay, so Earth 2. We were talking about rating this morning. I'll start off with Earth 2, and then I'll get over to Veve and the Wyre and all that jazz. Basically, for day one of rating, you're going to go to the map view, click on raid, click on build the property you want to build your Sidroid on, not forgetting to click on the amount of Sidroids you want to build on that property, costing you about 2.5 essence per Sidroid. Now, again, if you have 1,000 essence, yeah, sure. Take a couple, make 10 Sidroids. You know, figure that is 25 essence, and you still have 975 essence left. Now, be advised, if you pre-power the Sidroids, it costs 5 essence each to pre-power. So you go from 25 to 75, and now you're down from 1,000 to 925, and you just took away 7.5% of your essence. Is that worth it? How much do games typically cost? How much do people typically spend on these games? Are we going to be able to bedazzle our Sidroids and outfit them with jewels? Are we going to be able to go, what are the skin colors? What can we craft jewels to put on them? Can we do other stuff with them? The reason I bring this up is because, one, people cannot help themselves. What can you use essence for? You used to be able to use them to buy mentors, and I think that's about it. There's been no use case for essence. People have been accumulating. There's been nothing that they've been able to do. They can't improve their property. And all of this stuff is coming. They'll be able to improve their property. They'll be able to buy a whole bunch of things. But at first, starting off with a Sidroid. I've used this before on Veve. On Big Bang Theory, Penny has the guys help create her website, and she gets an order for like $2,000. Before she even gets the money, before she fills the order, before she goes and fixes the website, what does she do? She goes onto her computer and says, I'm going to buy shoes. What do people do when they get money? When you see people talking about the lotto, when I win the lotto, or if I win the lotto, speaking of which, $1.3 billion. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, but don't quote me on that. Happy Friday the 13th as well. When you have the thing for the lotto, people always talk about not what they're going to give away, just what they're going to buy. I'm going to buy a boat. I want to do, PG-13/R stuff. It's never about saving. People just have people have a spending problem. Why is student debt like $1 trillion? Why is I think just in general debt, people have student debt surpass credit card debt is also like $1 trillion. Why? Because, and I'm not talking about the people that put something on their credit card and then pay it off at the end of each month for the points. That is completely different. What I'm talking about is, you got like 30,000 in credit card debt and you making like 60K a year. Oh, like that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. But Chavez, didn't you take out debt to get a Veve logo? Yes, I did. And I'm still paying it off. But again, that's something that is, one, I could sell it right now and get more money than which I paid for it. Two, the reason why I bring this up is because the amount of essence that's going to be burned is going to be breathtaking. And this goes into Veve as well. There was something that Mark Hyun happened to share with me, which I will share with you right now.
CSGO skins without really thinking about it. But then there's people who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars just to customize those same skins. This guy added 4 reason hollows to his factory new AK Wild Lotus, which is about 148 grand in stickers alone. And that's not even considering the price of the skin itself. Then there's this guy who took the #1 most expensive craft award of 2022 by adding 4 tight hollows to a field-tested AK case hardened pattern 661. This skin alone is probably about 100 grand, with another 180 grand worth of stickers applied on top of it.
What does that mean? That means people have zero problem spending six figures, multiple six figures, on things they technically don't even own. That is not on the blockchain. That I guess technically be stolen. Why is this a good or a bad thing? I mean, clearly people have the money to do that. As people go and they take that essence and they use it for these side droids, I don't know how many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, quite potentially millions of essence is going to be burned. There's not that much in the circulating supply. So yeah, that's going to be wild. Will I have a few? Sure. Yeah, I have 40,000 essence. I want to play the games, but at the same time, that I expect essence to be like $10. Next bull run, not now. Well, at launch it might be $1, give or take. But yeah. So on top of that, we have a couple of other things. We'll go with, I guess, with Wyre, right? After that, before that, I'll talk about general opinions on Wyre. Mitch Mack happened to go and say, "Hey, what's your opinions?" And almost 80% of people had responded to find an alternative. Like, they don't trust Wyre. And again, to me, why can't you just use Wyre for the time being while you go and get something else? And when I mean like get something else, like there is Alipay, there's Circle, there's MoonPay, there's a whole bunch of other things that you can get, many of which with lower fees. So I think that because we already have Wyre right now, why not just reinstate Wyre, keep that for payout, and then continue in the background to get something else. I don't see the issue with that. But people, for whatever reason, just don't like Wyre. So if it happens once, it'll happen again. Okay, well, Wyre was a relatively good company, or seemed a relatively good company, where multiple other companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, decided, like, yeah, we're going to go and use Wyre. So clearly, it checked out from everywhere else. If Wyre can fail, anyone else can fail. Other people, other companies deciding to say, like, hey, we have lower fees, we have this X, Y, and Z. They could fail as easily as Wyre. I think it's a much better idea to go and say, okay, Wyre, we're going to go and use you for right now, and then have it open-ended on the back end for us to have other options. Now, we do have Alex, I'm sorry, Dr. Profit had said third option, not 100% safe, but use it for now because they don't hold any users' Veve assets for long. My guesstimate is that the settlement period takes 5 days. Make users aware of it, but find an alternative. That makes sense. Let me go to... All right, so Alex just announced on Twitter Spaces there are going to be no Veve drops this weekend. Still no update on MCP, unfortunately, but Alex had said the general sentiment from legal is they want to move on from Wyre. He does see reinstating Wyre now whilst finding a more long-term partner is a viable option, but he doesn't have much say in regards to that decision. And that was from the Twitter Spaces that were just on like the last half hour, give or take. Ooh, what the fudge? No normal drops. We do have a Humberto Ramos returns with another Marvel Artwork 101. It's his first time drawing Miles Morales for Spider-Man, and that is set to go up on Monday for auction. Speaking of things going up on auction, I have to tell you guys something. I think I've talked about this before. A Brian Muir signed Ultimate Darth Vader replica mask and helmet. There's only 15 of those ever made. This goes on for golden auctions on February 14th. Okay, that's when it starts on Valentine's Day, 8 p.m. I think Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be the first bid at $1,000, knowing this will probably go for several thousand, if not tens of thousands. There's 15 of these. This is in the realm of movie replica stuff. Why this is important is because the person that has that is a member of the Veve fam and Omi community. They have Veve, they have Omi. They're going to get a lot more Veve stuff and Omi stuff when that sells. Speaking of selling stuff, let me go to, is it my downloaded? Is it my Telegram? Let me go to the... link down below, or not link down below, email down below for Queenscourtcharity at Gmail, and you can win. You can win this signed Pikachu Funko Pop by Alfred Kahn, David Yu, and Dan Crothers. All you have to do is links down below, either Best Friends Animal Society or First Responders Children's Foundation. $10 each donation. You could do $100 and say like, okay, here's 10 entries. It'll be a raffle. It'll be whatever. So you'll get a number. You'll get a ticket. And I don't know when that's going to end, but it has started. You can go and do that right now. Moving on. Or was that before then? Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to go over was Todd McFarlane, who had originally back in the day, I was a St. Louis Cardinals fan, grew up with Mark McGwire, hitting all those home runs in the 90s. And, he broke Roger Maris's record of 61, that's 62, and he had 70 homers, that year. And it was 24 years ago yesterday that Mark McGwire's 70th home run ball was sold for $2.7 million to Todd McFarlane. And currently that baseball is only worth about, $250,000, give or take. Now, why is because, he was in that steroid thing, and him, Giambi, Sosa, Barry Bonds, everyone was using steroids in the 90s. It was nuts. So, their baseball's not counting it. And somebody posted that, I won't say who, but somebody posted this in the Veve official chat on Facebook. And they were saying, hey, this is why you don't buy things at their highs, because who knows what can happen in the future. And, fair point. But people don't know the whole story. Todd bought the ball to be able to get McFarlane toys in the door with MLB. He secured an official license to produce official figures of MLB players. While the ball itself depreciated in value, his overall investment netted him, I don't know how many millions of dollars. So, yeah. Every now and then, sometimes it's a good idea. Like, there was Super Duper Hank, bought that Charizard for, I think, $1,500. Okay, well, he has a signed Charizard now, base set from Alcon, which will get that graded, should get a 9, PSA 9. And then he also had a 15-minute phone call-ish, 15-ish minute phone call with Alcon. Pretty sure he's going to have that connection for many years to come. Sometimes it's good to do things just to get the connection. My boy Ernie that bought that Gary Baseman 1 of 1, he will get his lunch with David, and that's going to be a connection pretty much for life. Dodger Prophet, I can only imagine, was connected with David beforehand, before he bought the 1 of 1 of the David Warhol. Yeah, pretty sure connected for life. Anyway, let's get to the comments here. I've only been here for about 13 minutes. Ooh, nope, ain't gonna do that. All right. Also, before I go, if anyone, or before I get to the comments, no, I don't want to go to my videos. I want to go to my channel. I'm going to go to my live, and I want to see everyone smash that like button. Free way to help support the channel. That'd be super great. Thanks, guys. Okay. Here we go. Dive Jedi says, let's get that bread. Get it, girl. Tell me something. Are you happy in it? Arya Realty says, I can't wait for this video. Oh, hello, Arya Realty. Digital assets. Yeah, I was almost late because people at 7-Eleven were taking their sweet time. A lot of people buying lotto tickets. Can you blame them? No. What me and my friends do is I give him, let me see if I have this email, and then I'll read it to you. I think it's from Lou. Yes. So, it is Friday. So it is today. Today's the game. Basically, what he does is he says, we all pitch in $10 or however much, $10 per share. First rule, do not reply all. If you have a question, only excuse to ever reply all is if we win a substantial amount of money. If you reply all for any other reason, you will be blacklisted from future pools. This rule is strictly enforced. In the breakdown, I won't show any emails or anything, but basically, you collect a couple $100, you get a bunch of tickets, and each share is broken down. We should probably do something like that, or something similar to that in the Veve-verse. And I don't even want to say Veve-verse, just in the Veve fam in general. I also think this would be pretty good to start a lottery. Now, back in the day, I won't say who, but there was a lottery around town in New York. It was an unofficial lottery. It obviously went away by now, but there was a lottery, and yeah, the person who won a ton of money, but people that ran it made some money, and a lot of it did go back to the community. I think it was really good. Yeah, I think lotteries could be a really, really great source of revenue, and a source of like business as well. Darth Chaos says, "Hello there." Oh, General Darth Chaos says, "All good. Get your food." I got my food, girl. Olga HD Punk says, "In my opinion, we didn't hit bottom, sadly." Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about this. So, I got a call this morning from a really good friend. I won't say who it is in case he's wrong. He is to me basically a brother, and he is someone who, if I can, I'll always take the call. He mentored me. I'll just say who it was. It was my friend Dan. He's been on the podcast. Daniel Hardwick. He has extensive knowledge with markets. He is almost never wrong. And he called me this morning and he's like, "Hey, listen, just want to talk to you, let you know that there's X, Y, and Z. Unless these factors reverse, looks like the worst is behind us. Looks like we may have hit bottom. Look like we might be in for another bull market." And I was like, "Well, fudge! I was not expecting that." And again, is he going to be 100% right no matter what? YOLO, put it all in, no longer dollar cost average. No, I don't know. Proceed with caution. For me, not knowing that was an option, I figured we'd be down here for another year-ish, maybe 2 years, year and a half, give or take. Just so you know that the potential that the worst is behind us and the option for a new bull market starting soon is not zero. That is not a 0% chance. It is, I don't know, 5%, 10%. Now with him saying that, if that happens, if we get a couple of things done with Veve, whether it's MCP, whether it's crypto to gem, whatever it is, we have a really good chance, if that happens, bull run and exchanges to reach all-time highs this year. If that happens, I would say that's like a 60 to 70% chance. Again, we don't need all of the Veve-verse and everything. So everything, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it, because there's something that was done. There's a picture I took, it was a few days ago, that had reminded me of or maybe it was a couple weeks ago. It was definitely after I came back from vacation. Basically, it had reminded me of DesignerCon and what happened with DesignerCon. Well, they announced pretty much their timeline of what they want to do. When Wyre shut down, I was like, oh, okay, so this is delayed by a couple quarters. But then Wyre came back. All right, here it is. So the rollout for what Veve and Akomi were looking to do is phase one, which is Q1. You'd have your Veve home space and you'd have your accessories. I would still put that at Q2 just in case. In Q2, they wanted to have worlds, e.g. a Veve City and IP branded worlds. Even if that's delayed to Q4. If we can get the first two phases, I won't even go over phase 3 and phase 4. Or I guess I will. It's customizable avatars and then gamification. Let's just say we don't get that until next year. The rollout of the Veve home space, if we can get that her first half of the year, that and accessories, in conjunction with an exchange, and then worlds like Veve City, IP branded worlds, in which they want in Q2, if we get that in the second half of the year, let's say Q4, if we get those two things in conjunction with two exchanges, and they don't even have to be like Coinbase and Binance, they could just be KuCoin, Kraken, Crypto.com, something like that. I think all-time highs Yes, this year. But maybe, just maybe, they delay all of this and they say, okay, we're gonna instead focus on MCP and OUP because we've been promised that the longest. So I was like, okay. With none of these things happening, and we only get MCP and OUP, and we really start to burn, we really start to do that. And again, 1 or 2 exchanges. I think it's also possible to see that. And see all-time highs just with those. Goldjavon said we didn't hit bottom, sadly, and might have, we might not have. It's just I wasn't even entertaining that we had hit bottom yet, because most everyone is saying, oh, max pain. Okay, well, everybody was saying in January of last year, it's like, yo, like nobody was expecting Russia to invade Ukraine, or maybe like an Alex Jones type, someone that really looked into it and put some pieces together. Maybe they did, but people thought that bull run was going to go on quite a long time, at least till spring. No one was really expecting it to go, fall like that, at least this hard. So what do we learn from that? People can be wrong, and when the majority is saying one thing, every now and then the opposite happens. It happened last time in the bull market. It may or may not happen right now, and this does fit. We've been down here for like a year, and again we had we were having a pretty good run 2019, 2020 until Rona hit. And what happened? Rona hit. We go down very, very artificially, and then guess what? 6 months later, we have a K-shaped recovery, and then that was cut down quick. So the market's been wanting to run. We've just been held down really quite a lot by all this. So I think it's possible. Moving on, Sven Donjin says I'm in. Says they will use it for now and search for a better option based on interview with MC, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm just gonna. Okay. Oh, we get another. Okay. Slice of pizza. Okay, there we go. Moving on. What's up, Bill Gardner? Get it? Mirestone Rand says, howdy, y'all. What up, Mirestone? I hope you're doing well, senor. I hope you're doing well. And happy Friday the 13th, everybody. There's an episode of Hey Arnold where it's Friday the 13th. I think it's the same day as Garbage Day. And Garbage Day is where all the 5th graders take the 4th graders and they put them in garbage. I wish we had stuff like that, when I was growing up. Like, we didn't. I would have totally participated in that. That would have been fun as fuck. But, no, whatever. So, it's the episode of where don't step on cracks, don't, cross black cats. It's just a really good episode. They go to not Madame Pomfrey. They go to some lady and she sells them a potion, anti-bad luck. And he's just like, ha, I love Friday the 13th. Same. What's up, Janoy Evans says, what's up, Randy? Hope the bulking is going good, fam. So you personally sell... Oh, sorry. Would you personally sell a Secret Rare Miles number 55 right now? Not financial advice, I know. Well, the bulking is going pretty good. I did gain another extra 20 pounds on my bench yesterday. And I wasn't necessarily trying. Well, I mean, I tried yesterday, but I wasn't... My goal wasn't to just try to increase the bench weight. It just happened. Well... Yeah, eating a lot, working out a lot, really good. But yeah, let's take a look at the sub 100 Miles Secret Rare. Miles in general, Grail. Like, instant Grail. Not even like, oh yeah, it's a Grail in the future. Like, what is a Grail? A Grail is something that... To me, a Grail is something that you can almost never get. It's almost always just out of reach. And you know something like maybe the one of seven Aston Martins or the James Bond movie tickets. Those would be a grail. Just because there's so few, and maybe a Donnie, because there's so few of them. But things that are like I right now, do I consider a partner satchel blue chip? Absolutely. But it's a couple grand. I spent more on Pokemon cards than that. So I don't really consider it a grail unless it's worth, X amount of dollars. Like I don't consider the Veve Golden logo a grail. Why? Because it's like $3,000. It's not. I mean, both that and the partner statue are like 3,400. 3,600 give or take. But Miles though, he's like double that. He's at what? $9,200. And well, there is a sub 100. Oh wow. So be advised, the last price I think was 80, or maybe it was like 8K, the last sale. So now, the only option you have for a sub 100 is literally, I think it's like $300 away from the floor. Okay, so this is $92.99. All right, so it's $9,300. That is $95. So the sub 100 is only $201 away from the floor. If you're going to spend over $9,000, it's over 9,000. Sorry, I love that. I love that clip. Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z. If you're looking at spending over 9,000 gems on one item, just spend the extra 201 gems to get a sub 100. That's just what I'm saying. Now, obviously, the sub 100s on something like this is not as special as something as a sub 100 that has 30,000 mints or 10,000 or even 1,000. Why? Because there's so few mints of this in general. So you can just get the floor, I get it, but it's not like you'd have to spend an extra $2,000 to get the sub 100. It's 201. At that point, you get the sub 100. Anyway. But you wanted to sell a 55. Why would you sell? For me, if I could sell a number 55 for, let's say 9,500, right? 9,500, or actually, let's just say 9K, because let's say you want to get rid of it right away, and I'm not saying that you do, but let's say like, hey, need money right now, want to buy only, want to do whatever. All right, $9,000. You have to multiply that by 9.175 or 0.9175. Why? Because that 8.5% fee. I'm sorry, 9.15. Well, again, that 8.5% fee. So you come up with 8,235 gems, right? You can go and multiply that by 0.9 because why? Because 10% cash out, one cash out comes back. So you actually only get 7,400. Now, you are not going to have to pay taxes on this until April of next year because it's after the 1st. And depending on where you are, in the States, in New York, you'd have to pay, X amount of percent on this in April of next year. But, however, $7,400 right now gets you like what, 6.5, 7 million OMI? If you said you wanted to do that just for that, I wouldn't stop you. Again, that's for OMI though. I wouldn't stop you. I wouldn't call you an idiot. I wouldn't say, yo, bad move, man, bad move. I wouldn't say that. I would say like, okay, well, it's a choice and something that I might do as well. The reason why I say might and not that I would do it 100% is because I already have 150 million OMI, and Miles Morales will be, I don't know what, like 50K next bull run, 80K, 100K. I think he could be high high five figures, like 80K. Could he be 100K? Sure. But you know, it's about a 10x. And Omi is, well, a 10x is not even all-time high. And again, we're talking about next bull run. Next bull run, I say Omi like 800xing, 1000xing, 2000, 2000xing 16 cents. Depending on how much we burn, who knows. So, and also you have to consider that when this does go up to 100K and you have that 8.5% fee, like now, this 8.5% fee doesn't even cost you $1,000. The 8.5% fee when this is $100,000 is $8,500. That's $8,500. That is a lot. So yeah, I would, I'm just throwing out all the options there on what you have. So yeah, moving on. Junior Sanchez says, "Hey Randy, long time no talk, brother. Hope all is good, brother. Going good, brother. I just drinking some." A lot of salt in that pizza, so really needed some water there. Yeah. I hope you're doing well too, Junior. Hope you're doing well. Omi Panda's afternoon fan. What? Good afternoon, Omi Panda. RRV says, "Why does Omi not grow like Bitcoin?" Well, it'll definitely outperform Bitcoin, but right now there's just no exchanges. There's no why? So there's no volume. Not a lot. Bitcoin has. Let's see how much volume it has. Like, and we'll go why. So we'll go to CoinGecko, and we'll just take a look. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. Oh wow, it's up 5.5% today. Nice. 17% in the last week. So Bitcoin has had $37 billion in volume today. That means the amount that have been bought and sold have equaled $37 billion. It's a nice amount. Conversely, how much money has been spent buying and selling Omi today? I'm going to say less than $1 million. 647,000 in the last 24 hours. So, one, no liquidity. There's not a lot of buying action. Okay, well, why isn't there buying action? Well, you have a couple of reasons. One simple term, it's hard to buy Omi. We don't have any real exchanges. It's Bit4x, AscendX, and OKEX are the three main ones that we have. They're the biggest ones, but they're really not good exchanges. Bitcoin is absolutely everywhere. Bitcoin, yeah, you could pay for things in Bitcoin. Yeah, you have some use cases there. Not a ton though, but you do have some use case there. Omi, technically, as of right now, has no use case. Now, you'll be able to use Omi, obviously, all throughout Veve and the Veveverse, starting this year. But you'll also have stuff where I'd imagine that Pikachu, we could probably make it so that you can get an entry to the raffle, if you give Omi somewhere. $10 worth of Omi should count. And I'll figure that out where that could go. On top of that, you have True Facet, which will start accepting Omi at some point this year. And then you have Steve Cannon, the photographer, who never sells anything for less than 5 figures, always at least 15K, give or take. Some things are 30, some things are 50K. We will get something on the blockchain at some point this year, and you'll be able to pay with Omi. Now you could do Ethereum, you could do whatever, but we'd like Omi would save a lot of fees, definitely gas fees because Immutable X. So there's a lot of ways that Omi will get utility, but yeah, that's why Omi doesn't necessarily follow Bitcoin. Like Omi will follow market trends, sure. It will be at some point independent in a way, just because it's going to have the most utility than any other coin on the planet. As a fact. So, but again, as of right now, that's why it doesn't necessarily move with Bitcoin. Night Rider says, hey Randy, what's your opinion about the 616 edition variants for Marvel collectibles and comics? Like, 3616 or 6162? Would you value them on the same level, like a 3-digit mint or even higher? If you get an actual 616 mint, I would say that the actual 616 would be like a sub 100. I mean, if you're the other ones is kind of a stretch. I mean, probably not. Maybe someone that happens to be. I just don't see it. Again, there's not a lot of people here right now. When we have hundreds of thousands of users each week, then yeah, there'll probably be a couple will be like, I don't care, give me something with 616 in it, you know? Probably something like that. But as of right now, probably not. Dutch Homie says, Dan the Man would be good news. Bitcoin almost at 20K. Yeah, Dan's my hero. Dan's my brother. I heckin' love him. More than life itself. He's just, he had no reason to take a chance on me, and he did. Paid up handsomely for him, I think. But yeah, Bitcoin's doing well at 19.7. Good for you, Bitcoin. Good for you. And like I said, well, also be advised, some of the biggest rallies can happen in bear markets. So, this could happen. It could happen and still be a bear market and we might not be out. But again, based on what, Dana said this morning, it is possible that unless these trends reverse, that we could be looking at a nice bull market here. So, could be exciting. Oh yeah, I just read that. Evans says 20 pounds. Damn, get it, fam. Yeah, I mean it's not. I wasn't trying to do super heavyweight until recently, and now I'm still not trying to because got to protect the shoulders. No sense in getting injured. I'm not 25 anymore. Oh, Kuwait was such a good time. I mean, it sucked, but it was good. But if you ever served, you know what I mean. Let's get this Omi hat going. Yeah, got to represent. I was just doing like 185, just trying to do a little rest, and then I got 215. I got 215 for one, yeah. So hopefully in the next couple weeks I get 225. Well, my max says 265. And well, Chavez, how'd you get 265? I was eating 18 eggs a day, like a pound of chicken, eating so many vegetables, oatmeal, I was eating so much food each day, and I just got super strong. That was 2016. That was a long time ago. 2016 was a long time ago. Moving on. How much you bench press? Not a lot, man. You can probably double my bench press. I only did like 215. Sven Dungeon says, is there an option to see the circulating supply of items on Immunoscan? Yes, you can. I don't know how to do it, but yes, you can. You can see how many were minted and how many are in circulating supply. Evan says, I'm holding. Thanks for the insight. Much appreciated. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Dive Judge says, you can get silver tickets to waive the fee of the sales or part of it. That's a good point. That is a good point as well. But that might be Veve's fees. I don't know if they'll allow. I don't know if Disney's going to allow that. Oh yeah, the silver ticket. We're going to lose out on $8,000. I think that's only for Veve fees. I could be wrong. But yeah. Sleeping Comics says, hey Randy, sleeping, my bae. Bill Gardner says, Randy. Oh, hello, Bill Gardner. I hope you're doing well. Dive Jedi says, I'm not 25 anymore. For heck's sake, you're 31. Actually, senor, I am not 31. I am 32. Shows, okay. My body, okay. See, 32. And my body hurts when I go do that. Gotta get the sleeping hat on. Yeah, but still, again, I don't know what it's like to be 60. That's more your area, but I just know that the difference between 25 and 32 is quite a big difference. I think it's been a slow decline since like 16. I'd be like 15, jump off a house, land on someone because we were wrestling and we were stupid, and I'd be fine. Like, we'd be fine like that afternoon, like that night. We'd hurt, but next day I'd be fine working out again. Then at even at 19, I'm still pretty spry. Early 20s, that's when it's just the military. Just a lot. Military is very, very hard on your back, military, especially lower back. You know, things you fall off a ladder. Oh God, and then you're stuck for 3 days. Like, oh man, this hurts. You know, and then mid-20s, yeah, it's just been a slow decline since I was like 15. Oh, good times though, good times. Sven Donjin's going at it. Sleepin says, I need to start lifting. I just do push-ups and bodyweight stuff. Honestly, push-ups and bodyweight stuff is some of the best stuff that you could do because it doesn't really destroy your joints. I mean, even if I really, really worked, if I wanted to say, hey, my goal in life is to bench 300 pounds, give me a year. Give me 8 months to a year. I'm sure I could get close, if not do it. But like, what's the point? Like, you're just gonna destroy a bunch of your joints. It's just gonna, yeah, I could move it, I could lift weight, but it's, it would take a long time to do, and it's just like, okay, so like, I'm not gonna win any competitions. I'm not gonna. Um, I mean, if you want to get as strong as possible, like, I'm not fighting anymore. Well, it's always an option. Um, it's weird. The speed and the power for that comes back. That comes back quicker than strength for me. Um, but yeah, so push-ups, bodyweight stuff, pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, just always the best things that you can do. Amazing stuff. Arya says, I'm not too strong in bench pressing. I have done 265, but probably before you were born. I'm working. The fudge is that? I'm working my way back to 220 now. Nice. Um, yeah, I mean, what would you do in your heyday? You probably did 315 pretty easily, right, Dive Jedi? I imagine you're pretty strong dude even now. So I imagine when I was a baby is probably. Oh yes, you're probably super strong. Moving on. So some other things that I did see. There was and again, this happened to go into the thing this morning. Was a M'Baku for 39 gems. It's like, okay, it's less than 10x the floor price for sub 100. That's fine. I'll take that. I don't have a ton of him. I only have 15 of him, and I think I only have 2 sub 100s. Oh no, I have 3. I have 3 sub 100s. And then someone got it of a Queen Ramonda, which she's mostly been between 325 and 375, maybe touching 4 and then coming back down. But now she's at 420. Blaze it, come and blaze it down below. And then, she was also on sale for 39 gems, and I missed it. Somebody else got it, so shout out to them for getting that. Those are some things that I saw in the market. All right, so She-Hulk. I don't know what the fudge happened, and I mean, she's very, very scarce. She had 500 something mints, right? Yeah, 500 mints, which means 910 available. She was $80 for the longest time, and now she's 189. So, yeah, she was $80 for the longest time, and now she's 189. Why? Because she's very, very scarce. I mean, I'm gonna say it's pretty similar. Actually, maybe I'll do this first. Let me go to the popular brands here, and let me see something, because I wanna take a look at something. 4 left. There's not a ton in the market, but these are. Let me see the sub 100s of these real quick. I was gonna go sell the She-Hulk and then grab a secret rare America Chavez because, they're around the same thing. The America Chavez, it's pretty much the same thing. 500 mints. It didn't sell out though. She has 64 of her left in the market, and then in her market she's $92. And there's a lot of bots though. There's a lot of bots that are on that, which is weird. I don't know why you would bot that because again, you have the chance of getting her ultra rare, which is what, $23. Not a ton. I actually think her ultra rare is going more than She-Hulk's ultra rare. No, She-Hulk's ultra rare is $25. But still, why is the She-Hulk secret rare? Why did that rise so much? There was one person I know that got 10 She-Hulk secret rares, which was insane. I mean, it's great for that person. They got like over 2% of the supply. 2.5% of the supply. It's nuts. But that. Oh wow. Oh god, that's beautiful. All right, so Clever Jerk just posted signature acquired official matching set. The last set of Mickey Mouse, 123, number 123. And he got it with the matching signature. Dude is such a mad lad. Heckin' epic. Because I know he had sold his signature that he got, and I guess the dude had a plan all along. All along. Digetis, oh, 265 was your max. Oh, same. Twinsies. Sven says, any news on utility, Randy? The utility, the link down below to like the utility Discord and the utility NFT platform. I've been talking to Amar on and off, every week, and yeah, they just wait. They're waiting for, I can say it. They should launch this quarter, I hope, and they'll start with Winx Club. We don't know when they're launching. Hopefully next month, but if not March, it should be this quarter. And then, once we get that, again, within the next 2 months probably, once we get that launch and they start making revenue, then they'll start doing some other collabs. I'll curate a drop. We'll do stuff. So yeah. That if we're talking about utility for Omi, I kind of went over a little bit of that before, but that's about it. Not too much. Digetis says leg press was my thing. I did like 1,200 pounds there. Damn. My legs are very, very weak. Why? Because when you're a boxer, you're not really looking to squat as much as you can. You're running a lot, and yeah, you lift weights, but all about that speed. So my legs just don't grow. I've been working out legs twice a week for as long as I can remember, and yeah, they just don't grow. The muscles can get stronger, they just don't grow. Planet of Vampires has bought 10. Oh, you're the one that bought 10 She-Hulk Secret Rares alone. Sure, yeah, I'm sure a bunch of people did. Yeah, because again, she's scarce, and she's in the MCU already. Will they do a She-Hulk too? I don't know. I like She-Hulk. Many that didn't because it was different. She broke the fourth wall and sometimes didn't take itself seriously. But like, come on, man! Like the Hulk is in there, Daredevil's in there. Like you get some really cool things. And then She-Hulk, I think she's gorgeous. Love the person that plays her. She'll be in the MCU. But America Chavez is already in the MCU. And granted, we only had a movie, or one movie to get. Maybe it's because she's brown. People like She-Hulk's green, but I don't know. Again, I like America Chavez. I keep forgetting her name. It's something with a Z or an X. But she could play what I'm really a fan. I like that they're getting younger people into this because they could play that character for 20 years. America Chavez. Oh god, what's her name? What the heck's her name? Okay, America Chavez MCU. And then we'll. Who the heck is the actress? Oh my god. Xochitl Gomez. Okay, so Xochitl Gomez is the one. What's she, like 20 years old? Oh, she's 16. Okay. She could easily play this character for 20, 25 years. You could have, yeah, someone like Jennifer Walters, or someone, I don't know who plays her. Who's the gal that plays Jennifer Walters? All right, She-Hulk, attorney at law. Okay, what is the chick's name? Tatiana Maslany? I don't really know who or what she is, but she is 37. No way is she playing this character for 20 years. It's just not going to happen. She can play for 10. There's just, again, she's pretty, she's great, she looks young. Maybe she can play for another 12, 15 years. Xochitl Gomez, however you pronounce her name, America Chavez, could play this character for another 20 years as America Chavez and then be 1 year younger than She-Hulk is right now. Long term, I'd vote on America Chavez. I mean, they're just gonna have more content. It's gonna have more content with her. But again, that being said, the audience and the fans and everyone in Veve have spoken, and they like She-Hulk a heck of a lot more than they like America Chavez. She-Hulk is awesome, and yeah, she's no disrespect to Xochitl Gomez, She-Hulk is a heck of a lot prettier. Granted, Xochitl is like a child, but still, she's tall, she's muscular, like She-Hulk's got this. Yeah, I would say, I mean, regardless of what I think is better as a long term, popularity, this means something. America Chavez didn't even sell out. Now, granted, you could have made the argument, well, America Chavez came out when we were like at bottom, and She-Hulk happened when we weren't necessarily at bottom yet, and then we were, I don't know. Until America Chavez sells out, and until why I had the thought of selling my She-Hulk right now for America Chavez is because, okay, well, I already made money on She-Hulk. I might as well sell and then buy the secret rare of America Chavez because she hasn't run up yet. She's been around the same for quite a while. So, what's more likely to happen? Is She-Hulk going to go to 380? Or is America Chavez going to go to 180? Well, I think both can happen, but which can happen first? I think America Chavez can go to, I think she can go to 180 before She-Hulk goes to 360. It's again, that's your chance of arbitrage. One goes up, okay, well, the other one goes up. Like I've been thinking about selling my Year of the Rat book of stamps because it was at 240 something. But then it went to 215, then 205, and it's like, okay, now I'm thinking about buying one. Why? Because that one hasn't run up yet. And it might. Just thanks for utility update. Cheers, cheers. Pavle says, I love you, bro. Oh, I love you too, Pavle. Sleeping Comics says, pronounced Xochitl. Xochitl? So I have, hold on one second. I got a friend, Ramirez. I think that's her name too. This is a girl that I served with, Xochitl. All right, let me ask her. Let me see. Be like, hey, is this how you spell your name? Oh god, where's the group chat? Where's the group chat? No, it's a different one. I have so many freaking Air Force chats. Really, where the fudge? Oh god, it's not that long. Okay, hold on. I think I got this. Gotta look for Coons. In a group chat. Okay. Hey, so chills. Is this how you spell your name? Because her name is, we just call her Ramirez because that's what we called her. So chill. Oh yeah. So maybe Sleepin', you are learning me something here today. Clearly I am not that smart. Darth Cass says both of them will be in future Marvel movies. Heck yeah, they will be. I know they both will, but it's just who's going to be in there longer. And again, just because Jennifer Walters or Tatiana, whatever her name is, can only play her, let's say, for an extra 10 years, doesn't mean that another version of She-Hulk from another universe can come in. And this is, but I don't know, Marvel surprises you sometimes. Cassie Lang, or the girl that played Cassie Lang, Ant-Man's daughter in Endgame. Think she's a fine, appropriate age for, the daughter, and the actress did okay, and they replaced her with Catherine something, the girl from the Pokemon movie, which was a great movie, the Pokemon Detective Pikachu. That was a good movie, man. Such a good movie. Ryan Reynolds singing the Pokemon theme song is the greatest thing. But it's like, okay, all right, she's going to be a young Avenger, right? right? All right, Cassie Lang going to be a young Avenger. We have a bunch of young Avengers, which America Chavez will be in. But Cassie Lang, like Catherine Newman, like she's like 25 years old. Let me picture Catherine Lang, Catherine Pierce. This is what I don't get. All right, hold on. Oh God, all right, Kath is a Y. Is an E. Oh, Catherine Newton. All right, Catherine Newton's already 25. When she does like a Young Avengers project, she's gonna be almost 30. She'll be in her late 20s. Whereas, who's where Florence Pugh, I thought was younger, but is the same age, and is just gonna be a full-fledged, like she's gonna do the Thunderbolts movie, and she's great. But it's like she was already like a leader and already like a main character, and not a young Avenger because she's older and she's already a Black Widow. And then they have someone that's the same age as her that's going to be a young Avenger. That's just going to be weird. Young Avengers should be, like teens, like 20, and it's just a little off. Like, oh, Young Avengers, you're going to have this 12-year-old kid as Kid Loki with Alligator Loki in there, and then you're going to have someone that's like double their age. It's just a little, could be their mom. Anywho, moving on here. Sven Dungeon says She-Hulk has already Scar Hulk replacer. Yeah, the Scar one is well. I think this is what they're doing. So in Secret Wars, on Battle World, you have a giant ship of Hulks come out. You have, oh God, who's the Hulk? Worldbreaker Hulk or like old Hulk? One of the version of the Hulks is like the leader, and he's just like, Hulk! And then all these Hulks just start coming, like dozens of them, just like descending upon Battle World. It is the coolest heckin' thing. I think they might do a light version of that, where it's like Bruce Banner comes back with his son and his cousin, and then, 3 Hulks. Like, it'll be cool, but it's not like a dozen of them, It's not like all the Hulk. Like, oh God, that'd be so cool. That'd be so heckin' cool. Sorry, I need a pizza. No, I don't need pizza. I've had 6 slices already. I'm fat. Oh, okay. Spendana says, with the strange hair, remember End series barbecue? Yeah. I know that. I don't think he's going to be her replacement, though. I think, yeah, it's just there. Tim Cox says, Randy. Oh, hello, Tim Cox. I hope you are doing well. Mm-hmm. Tim Cox is cool, dude. Bill Garner says, did anyone ever hear if Hawkeye pulled through? Yeah, he himself, like, he's alive, he's fine, but he was doing something, and then I thought it was like a push snowblower, but it was like a snow plow, and he got hecked. Yeah, he got hecked. I got hecked hard. Hawkeye was a great series. I don't know if they were in the middle of filming anything. Hopefully he can recover, though. I think he'll be fine. Yeah, he's alive. Stephen Collins says Cassie probably becomes statue / Stinger in Ant-Man 3. That's a good point. So she wouldn't be on the Young Avengers then? I still think she could be on. But yeah. And I'm actually thinking that Sleeping in February we get another Marvel Mighties, and it's going to be Ant-Man. Obviously, you're going to have Ant-Man. You'd probably have Jan Van Dyne and Hope Van Dyne, both of them there as characters. You could probably have Kang should probably be one of them, but he's a big baddie. I don't know if they'd have him as a thing. And then yeah, you could have you'd have Stinger. Maybe they could do Kang. That'd be 6. And then who's the MODOK? MODOK, I don't know how. So this is weird. They turned the villain from Ant-Man, the first one, into MODOK. I guess when he like disappears, or like he's in there, and then Kang finds him and then turns him into MODOK. So I guess MODOK could be another. I don't want MODOK as a Marvel Mighty, but yeah, I think Ant-Man will have a set of Marvel Mighties. We're gonna have a bunch of them this year. Bill Garner says, can't wait to see Ant-Man, dude. Same. Kang might be, I know the villains are usually... I know the villain... mother flapper. Villains are usually the ultra rare. But Kang, like, there's gonna be so many of him. You know, like... I feel like if there's gonna be so many of him, he might be the common. You know, like... Oh, this. Green Goblin. Ultra rare. And then you have the others. You have Red Skull, ultra rare. Doctor Doom, ultra rare. So they have a history of the villains being the ultra rare. Namor, ultra rare. And another kind of playing him as like an anti-hero in Black Panther. So I've heard. Still haven't seen the movie. It's gonna come out on Disney Plus in 3 weeks anyway, 2.5 weeks anyway. But anyone that's read the comics, Namor is a straight up villain. Like, Namor just straight up, he murders the Avengers on more than one, like, just, he's part of the Cabal, and he just goes and murders the Avengers in, like, every different reality. Like, dozens of different realities. They get really good at killing the Avengers. It's just a villain. I don't care how they're trying to portray him. I just, don't, I don't want it. But yeah, Energy, what's up? I can't wait to see it either. Bill Gardner got the calendar set. Does Chaos says Kang Marvel Mighty. Oh, great Marvel Mighty. I'm really curious to see if Shuri is going to be the lowest mint Marvel Mighty, or if that way they have a lower one in this. If they have a lower one in what's that called? In Kang, for the Kang one, or so. Sleeping. I have if you take a look at their... Oh God, where is it? It's going to be a while. It might take a little bit for me to find. But they have a... I have an estimate. I have a list of things, and it's not my list of things. It's just the list of things that's going on. Now, for Secret Invasion, I don't think we get Mighties for that. For Echo, we might get Mighty. So I think Quantumania and Guardians of the Galaxy we get Mighties for. I also think the Marvels we actually get Mighties for as well. But Secret Invasion, I don't think we'll get... I would love... I mean, that'd be great. Colby Smulders and Samuel L. Jackson as Marvel Mighties. I would lose my heckin' mind. I love both of them so much. But Echo, I mean... Echo, I mean, you get Daredevil, you get Kingpin, you get... I think Jessica Jones is going to be in that as well. So you get like half the Defenders, and you get Kingpin. You may very well get Mighties for Echo. So here's a couple other things. You have Loki season 2, which will be this summer, and then you have Blade at the end of this year. You could definitely see some Mighties for Blade as well. But I think we're only getting 5 Mighties this year. I think we're only getting 5. They could surprise us and be like, hey, can you do this for us? And then Veve will be like, yeah, sure. Like, we'll pull more people out of our butt because we have to, and we'll make this. And yeah, I think Veve will accommodate. Ironheart, I think they pushed that series back because they want to do an Armor Wars. Like, I think they're going to make it a movie. So I think Ironheart might be pushed back because that was supposed to be a series. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things. Ant-Man Quantumania, Secret Invasion, Guardians of the Galaxy, Echo, Loki Season 2, The Marvels is 6, and Blade is 7. Out of that, and then actually, either late this year or early next year, it could be late this year, you're going to get Agatha, Coven of Chaos. So that might... But again, I don't know if that would require Mighties as well, but we're getting at least 5 more sets of Mighties this year. And I just don't know which ones are going to be. But I'm really hoping Ant-Man is one of them. Next year, you have Daredevil. You have Captain America, New World Order. You got Thunderbolts. You're going to have a lot of really awesome stuff. But yeah, at least 5 this year. Bill Garner says, sold my Namor and Shuri today to buy Miles' hoodie. Well, you know what? Miles, pretty good to get. I don't think anyone's ever going to fault you for buying Miles. Any of the Miles, they're so scared. How many of the Miles hoodie? Let me see how much. All right, it's October something, right? October 13th. Okay. It's the rare, but it's still, yeah, 17. Yeah. Was it a couple hundred, right? Oh, and I thought it was like two something. One up to 340. That's a lot. 50% growth. All right. Ultra rare, 545. And yeah, that's secret rare is just booming. Booming at 9.2. So yeah. Ooh. Okay, so my friend So Chiel says that's the authentic way. Yes, it's an Aztec slash Nahuatl name. So Chittle means flower. I'm learning so much. Um, Let me heart that. But my name is Americanized, so modern is So Chill. So that is the copy. Was talking about it on stream and was wondering. And Gracias, senorita. I don't think she's married yet. No. Senor. Yeah, senorita. Deathcast says, MODOK is already in mighty form, lol. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you did there. I don't know. I really don't like MODOK's character. It's just a thing with me. Slim says they should make a Kang set with his different variants. Oh. Yeah, that would be legit. Oh, Echo's been delayed? Heck. Echo's been delayed. Oh, man. I want my Daredevil. I want Jessica Jones. Dude, I can't wait. Dude, Punisher better come back. Man, I didn't know Echo was delayed, though. There's a Loki, Croc, Marvel Mighty. How many does Randy buy? Oh, lordy. So, I mean, they have so many I mean, you could even have Kang as a Loki thing in there. I mean, you have Owen Wilson. Obviously, you have Sylvie. You have the security guard. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things, and I get there's already been two Lokis. There's been one in the alligator form, and then one in the normal form. But even both of them are first appearance though, so you could actually have a bunch of these Lokis be first appearances. You have Kid Loki, and I get alligator. Oh God, Marvel Mighty Alligator Loki. Oh, that'd be great. I don't know. I don't know how many I'd buy. Dr. Chaos says, yeah, a bunch of shows and movies getting pushed back for the better. Yeah, I get it. For the better. I'm somewhat patient for some of these things. I love Jessica Jones. I love, oh fudge. All right, here we go. All right, 280 doll hairs was collected. 140 games of Mega Millions split into 31 shares. Oh, let's get this bread. I love this game. All right, we got this. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the lotto. I'm ready to get this bread. Bay. 7 years ago, right before I deployed, me and my friend Kim went to Florida for a week. We went to Harry Potter World. We did a whole bunch of stuff. And I had chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream put on a heated up croissant. Finish that croissant? It's a, Jimmy Neutron thing. It was the greatest thing. And I sent it to her today. It came up with my Facebook memories. I was like, doing well. Streaming right meow. How are you? Yeah. Okay. Milestone Rand says, I randomly decided to do the blind box a couple days ago for the Headspace Bears. Got Headspace Gold Secret Rare number 93 and Headspace Devil number 88. Dude. My man. With that type of luck, you should really buy Lotto tonight. And then split the winnings with your best friend Chavez. If you want. You completely don't have to, but I'm planting the seed there. Oh, Kathy Wood has tweeted, ARC Weekly, Kathy Wood, Bitcoin Monthly, ARC Invest, newsletter. Okay, no, it's fine. I don't need to worry too much about that. Marcel Rand says, that's right, virtual verbal contract. You heard it there first. I'm taking a picture. Yeah. Dive Jedi says, if you win the 1.35 billion jackpot, you could buy all the Omi. Guys, I'll let you know this. If I win the jackpot, well, I wouldn't, because I don't have my own tickets. I have I have a share in that. So I have, all right, let's do the math here. Not photos, Gmail. Does it say how many shares I have? Why you be? Okay, let's say I have 1 share of the, so it's 3.225%. So let's say you get like 410 million, right? After taxes and after, lump sum. So let's say 410 million times 0.03225, right? That's it. So I would get 13.2 million. 13.2 million is, is fine. It's after the taxes, is whatever. I'd get us over 0.001. I'd put $1 million in, obviously not all at once. It'd be like, I don't know, 20,000 a day. Oh, God, that would take forever. It would take 50 days. Maybe I could do like 25,000 per day. But again, that would take 40 days. So long. Maybe I could like talk to like Dr. Profit or someone and be like, hey, can I just buy $1 million worth of OMI from me? And I'd pay a premium, just because I wouldn't want to move the price. Maybe I would do like 50,000 a day for like 10 days. And then, which way it'd go up slowly, Josh says, is this Veve specific? What are your thoughts on OMI lagging behind the rest of the market? Can OMI run, or are we stuck until OUP and exchanges? I mean, we have more things now than we did, January of last year. And we had more things then than we did in November. Like, when did I become a millionaire? When were we? It was October of 2021. So, we had clearly not as many things as we did then, or we were clearly not as many things then as we do right now. So with really nothing, nothing could happen, and we can go back up to 0.008. Honestly, with nothing, we can go back up to all-time highs, pretty much. In the next bull market when the market runs. That being said, it would be slow, and we wouldn't go much past there. When we're on exchanges, and we have a couple of things done as far as OUP is concerned, and a couple of things that I was talking about before. We have Veveverse and customizable things. And oh God, I should have taken a screenshot when I had the chance to do that. I don't have it anymore. I'll try to find it though. Oh, here it is. I will be taking, there it is. So if we, in the first half of this year, if we get a Veve home space and accessories, if we can get that the first half of this year with one exchange, 0.002, 0.003, again, assuming that we're past the bottom, assuming that the worst is behind us. But assuming that it's not, assuming that, we could get both of those things, we can get another exchange, a good one, and we could have the Veve home space and accessories, get that together, that double whammy together, and then we could not hit bottom. We could have Bitcoin capitulate down to 12K. It could get cut in half and go down to 10K. Will it? I don't know. At this point, it doesn't look likely, but anything can happen. If that happens at the same time, consider it a wash. Maybe we get up to 0.001, 0.02, give or take. I mean, honestly, with that, it might not even matter. We still might make 0.002. That being said, doesn't matter what happens in the first half. If the second half, we have both those things that I talked about, and we have worlds, meaning Veve City and IP branded worlds, and another exchange. If we have two exchanges, and then we have the home space and accessories, and then the Veve City and IP branded worlds, by Q4 of this year, all-time high. But again, that's if we get those things. That's if we get that in conjunction with OUP and MCP. If we don't get these things, it's possible that we are down here for quite a while. Maybe the rest of the year. Wraithax is Randy and Dash's show. Hit that like button. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I love this game. Remember, Wraithax.eth domain name, not financial advice. My favorite peeps in the world. So, Josh, to answer the question, it depends on what happens, but we really need exchanges. But again, be advised. What happened when we were at 0007, and everyone's like, every single person that had ever done TA is like, oh yeah, based on the 6-day moving average and Fibonacci sequence, we're either going down to 0005 or we go up to 0.0082 and then come back down. Technical analysis means diddly squat when somebody can just inject $2 million into it and we increase by 35%. That is obviously less likely when we're on these exchanges. When we go on KuCoin, Kraken, Crypto.com, it is more likely that somebody just puts in $500,000 in one go, or $1 million in one go. It becomes more likely when we get like Binance and Coinbase, but that's, you know, probably far in the future. Open-ended. Bill Garner says, I think there's only 300 billion in circulation. You're right. There's 310. We're down to 305 once we get a couple things, because they're burning 5.5 billion from their business development wallet. Abdera says 13.2 million gets you gets 14 billion, homie. Yeah, I mean, again, I would get a couple 100 million OMI more, but you know, I wouldn't spend all of it on OMI. I'd put 100K into the app. I'd get the Grails. I'd get Sweep the Floor and Loki's. You know, I'd get a bunch of sets, but yeah, for the most part, it would just mostly OMI and other stuff. Bill Carter says Randy would just buy Veve. Even if I had $10 billion and I offered them $10 billion, they might not take it. How's that working for you? Able to monetize it? You're just doing it for the reasons. I'll let you know. Yeah. Got partnered back in 2021. Been a good time ever since. Then it's still in New York. Still in New York. You're about to head into work. Good old Pope. Have a good day at work. Oh, it's she's got the, well, actually, yeah, swing shift is the best. Although it might not be, swing shift is like from 3 to, well, Pope is like an hour or two back. But yeah, swing shift is the best. Why? Because, all right, so for the bases in the US, a lot of the gyms are open 24/7. What can you do? Well, if they're open 24/7, you can, let's say you had a rough night the night before, you don't get up till like 1:30 to, you know, swing shift generally is from 3 to 11. Get there by 2:30, leave by 11:30, but still, you know, generally 3 to 11. And what happens? If you have a 24-hour gym, you eat on shift, if you can, and then you go to the gym. And then what happens? Get out 1 o'clock, and you just like watch a little TV, and you go to bed. You go to bed till like 2. You wake up at 10 in the morning, get a little run in, eat a little breakfast. You know, you go in the gym from 11 to 1, maybe 12 to 2. You go into work at 2:33. If everyone could work, oh God, if honestly, if President Biden wants to make like a thing, like Chavez, go back to work for 6 months in the military, put me on swing shift, I will do that all day. I will do that all day. Why? Just one, I miss it. God, I miss the. We can change hats again. I mean, that never goes away. Like wanting to go back in the military just never goes away. You always, I miss it so much. Now, I do not miss all the crap I had to deal with, but yeah, I miss the people. I miss my days. I miss my friends. Anywho, and again, Raythax, thank you so much for the super chat. Randy and Dashy Show, smash the like button. Bill Garner says, picked up a R weapons rack today. Gonna need them to fight off the T-Rex. Oh, dude, that T-Rex gonna get us. Lordy, is it gonna get us? That was such a cool video though. Need to train. Oh, wow. Oh, my friend Kathy. Oh, she's going to give birth again. Wow. Her and my friend Tom, the Gutherman, friend Gutherman, named Tom. We were serving together, and yeah, we were talking about kids and whatever, and he's like, "You want any kids?" I was like, "No," and I was like, "Well, you want kids?" He's like, "I want a whole baseball team." I was like, "What?" He's like, "I want 9 kids." I was like, "Well, that's insane." And he's like, "You're insane." He's about to have his third, so he's making that baseball team. I don't think Kathy's gonna want 6 more kids. I think she'll Lorena Bobbitt his ass before she has 6 kids. But yeah, they doing it. That Jedi says, "I've never ever missed the army for 1 millisecond." Well, where were you? Like you know, it's army's also different. Army sucks. Like army is just like army's out running at like 4 in the morning. Army's just screaming for their afternoon PT, and they're just. I'm trying to chill and take like a chair force nap, and the army is like keeping me awake because like, oh goddamn, they're a different breed, and Marines are a different breed on top of that, and then spec ops, it gets insane. But in the Air Force, even though we were 24-hour ops and we were on the flight line, it was yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's like especially at McGuire Air Force Base where the winters are hard, the summers are brutal. That's a SpongeBob reference. Yeah, the winters suck. You have to do your operations in the snow. Generally speaking, when you're on a 60K, which is what it sounds like, it's a machine that can carry 60,000 pounds of equipment, 6 pallets each of 10K on each pallet max. How do you let the load master know that you're good and to keep it going? You're good with the rollers, we're good. Now this is fine when it's 70 degrees out, 50 degrees out, 90 degrees, whatever. This out the window becomes less fine when it is 13 degrees out and snowing and you want to kill yourself. I shouldn't say that. Although, yeah, a military makes you want to unalive yourself sometimes. But yeah, it sucks. In the summer, in the States, 90-ish degrees, and 95 maybe, and maybe it gets up to like 105, 110 in an aircraft. Like when these goddamn civilians want to I want to go on this aircraft. I don't want to go on this one anymore, and we have to go into the aircraft. We have to break down the baggage pallet, get this dependopotamus's luggage, haul it on the other aircraft, rebuild the baggage pallet where there's nobody in there. Yeah, that just makes me want to go on a rageful, just start beating people in the face. I get it, but it's awesome. I can't explain it, man. Like when you're deployed, you want nothing. Just sit in like a recline chair at home with a 6-pack and just watch football or wrestling or just whatever. But then when you're back in the States, it's like, I want to go back. That is the most relatable freaking meme I've ever seen. But yeah, deployed 125 degrees every day in Kuwait. Yeah, that sucked. Sandstorm sucked. Sun, it just, yeah, that sucked. It was great, but it sucked. Moving on. Omi Panda says, "You're insane." Yeah, I know. That says, "I was stationed in Germany when East Germany was the enemy." Oh man, you showing your age with that one, girl. Do you have a piece of the wall? Piece of the wall? I need more water. I don't know where to get the water. Silicon Secure and VV500 Team She-Hulk. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the other thing. Who's going to be the other one? And also, he might have teased something. I'll go over it quickly right now, but I'll go over it really tomorrow in a video. Yeah, so Silicon Secure. Well, what do we know now? We know that Dr. Prophet has Team Thor, the Thor Corps. Sanjay, Mr. MC1, has ownership of Team Captain America. And Silicon Secure has owner of Team She-Hulk. I don't know who's the owner of Chucky yet, Team Chucky. But out of these three, Thor, and again, we don't know what they're driving, but Team Thor, he's got an advantage and disadvantage. Disadvantage, he weighs 600 something pounds. It's a lot, depending on the car. It's a lot it's a lot of cargo. But he's got that lightning power. Got the Mjolnir, got the Stormbreaker. Got the power. She-Hulk can just like Hulk clap in one direction, and I can't clap in my back. How do you? Muscles too huge, can't reach clap. Clap back, and can propel herself, turn around, clap. Whoosh, So I get that. And Captain America, he's got really good reflexes. He probably got better reflexes than She-Hulk or Thor, but again, reflexes. Not talking about brute strength here. I would say he'd be good if there's any booby traps. That's a trap. But again, Chucky is the lightest, but I don't know how he's going to reach the heckin' pedals. Dude, if he's in the chimichanga truck, I'm going to lose it. If Chucky gets a chimichanga truck, I'm just going to lose my mind. That's going to be awesome. But when I was talking to Silicone Secure before, all right, where you at, girl? Girl. All right, Silicone said, let's see what our budget can afford. And if I'm not mistaken, that's a Lambo. So I think he's teasing the Lambo. Either it's just, balling out, just showing him balling out, or maybe that's a tease for a Lambo. Or again, maybe I'm just making mountains out of molehills and, just connecting dots that aren't there, but we'll see. We'll see. Sanjay, he did say something strange indeed. He did. Dad Jetta says Silicone Secure does look like a NASCAR driver. Yeah, I can picture it. I can picture him. Oh, dude, so I have this, not to sound like Michael Caine was, I've got this fantasy that, I don't mean to sound like him, but I have this, Alfred, I have this fantasy. This is the stupidest fantasy. Maybe not. No, this is the stupidest. There's another one that's a little more badass with it. So it's just, I get a call. I'm driving, so I can't really, look who it is. Hands-free, of course, hands-free set. Go. Go for Chavez. This is Chavez. And it's like, scout to base. I don't know. It's a call from my old commander, a call from whoever. It's like, Chavez. Who this? And then they say, is that Commander so-and-so or, whatever, Chief Master so-and-so. And I was like, okay, what do you want? He's like, alien invasion, Chavez. We need you back at the base. It's like, oh, okay, scout to base, let's go. So I drive in my really crappy Honda Civic, and aliens are attacking the base, and I drive through the I guess I'd have to make a stop next to the old storage unit, because most of my weapons are still there. With mine and Kara, and then we had the sweet mate. The bunch of weapons there. So we go there. Me and Kara, I'm driving. Kara's on the right end, and on the right hand side, and then an alien plasma gun takes out the roof of my Honda Civic. So then suddenly I got a convertible Honda Civic, and then for whatever reason, Transformers Meets Metal starts playing it sounds so badass. And there's nobody there at the gate. Security forces are nowhere to be seen. So we just have freaking MAC-10s and AKs going out the sides. And then what I do is Kara, take the wheel. She's like, okay, call me Jesus. Because the song, Jesus take the wheel. Anyway, and I take up these old newspapers and wrap them up in my car mats. I douse them with hand sanitizer, and then get a lighter and I light it up in the backseat. Why? Because in my version, aliens that are attacking the base are also attracted to light. So I go down past security forces, I go down where the passenger terminal is, and I make my way over to ramp, and I was like, all right, Kara, get ready to jump out. And I gun it right for special. And I go right to special handling, and I gun it, and me and Kara, army roll out. Suddenly we have we just have hand wraps on. And as the car crashes into special, hitting all the 1.1 when it's on fire, and all the aliens are attracted to the light, it explodes. And then the stragglers are getting up, and I'm just murking people, and my hands are wrapped, and my punches hurt, and then suddenly I have knife hands, and I'm just like, oh, that is my, like, and then Biden gives me like a Congressional Medal of Honor, like Chavez, you saved the base. I was like, I did it for America. That's like the, that's the fantasy. This is the dumbest fantasy ever. I don't even know why I was talking about this. Silicon Secure like a NASCAR driver. Why was I talking about that? Here's the deal. I'm the best there is. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. That's good too. Sven Danya says the Lambo is going to launch and win in the video of EV500. Dude, that'd be epic. But I don't, guys. There's no new drops for like the rest of the week. The week at Friday the 13th, Universal. Can you freaking give us something, please? I'm sorry, Universal. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. Anywho, but yeah, if there hasn't been any drops. I don't think oh god, Bitcoin broke 20K. There hasn't been any drops, so I really don't think that the next drop they're going to do. Why? Partly because of the payout thing, partly because we have been in this bottom. I don't think that Lambo is a thing that they would introduce right now. But maybe. Oh, it did for a minute. It's back down to 19,955. It hit it for a second. 19,980. Oh, maybe it did for a second and then it didn't anymore, but we'll keep my eye on it. Oh, and Panda says, what are your thoughts on the line being built in Saudi Arabia? I think it looks interesting. What the gas line they want to build through Syria into Europe, undercutting Russia and everything? Like, what line? Let me know what line you're talking about. Like on the Saudi Arabian Peninsula? Let me know. Dive Jedi says that's not a fantasy, Randy. They made a movie about that. It's called Independence. It's different though. It's different. He was in a plane and he says "Welcome to Earth," and he's Will Smith. That's different. And this is just like a short. This is like a 15-minute short, like not even, and it's about my life, autobiography. It didn't happen, but maybe it could one day. Sub-Zero says Friday the 13th only occurs again this year on October, the perfect day for a Jason drop. That'd be great. Friday the 13th in October is like the best of the best. All right, the city. What's it called? The line. The line being built in Saudi Arabia. If that's a thing that, hold on. Oh, all right. Is this the thing where? Oh yeah, smart city under construction. I thought this was going to be in like Abu Dhabi. I don't know why, but it's in Neom Tabuk province, designed to have no cars, streets, or carbon emissions. Wow, $500 billion project. So be advised, 500 billion sounds like a lot, and it totally is. I'm pretty sure that there's a dude, or at least a family, that's got that Arab money that is probably worth close to $1 trillion. I don't think it's the first. I think Putin is also worth $1 trillion, because let's face it, when you're a corrupt president, you know you're stealing taxes. You know you're taking money off the top. I think he could actually be worth $1 trillion. I don't know, financing for the war, maybe you spend some of that. I don't know, but I think there's a person or a family where it's not outside the realm of possibility that they could be worth $1 trillion. So 500 billion, yeah, it's a lot, but you get a lot of these Arab money people together, they are Oprah rich. Oprah rich. Jackpot Dawn says, you got less than 20 minutes till Veve Magic goes live. Oh, that's a good point. Good point. I got to Veve Magic's going live, I think, with Silicone and NFT Pirates. So what we're gonna do in 10 minutes is we're gonna go and we are going to raid Veve Magic's party, and we're going to be like, Randy raid, yeah, it's gonna be great. Sven Dungeon says, hoping I could chill later this year in the bar at the Veveverse and listening to your alien stories live in the metaverse. And, oh, dude, that'd be great. Um, the amount of people, like, if somebody were to clip that alien story from a few minutes ago, they'd be like, okay, this person needs to be committed. This is not normal. This is like, this is, so I haven't, like, my other fantasy is when I was still at the high risk lending business, when I would live in Nassau County, work in Suffolk, is to be driving home one day, and for whatever reason, the Taliban or ISIS or whatever would just be like, I don't know, terrorizing the highway, and then I see them, and it just, again with the Honda Civic, just ram into the van that's in front of me, and then there's be a person, like, a Taliban guy in front of the van or in back of the van, right? Squish them in between, and then the other guys, they hop back over this side of the divider and they shoot at me, so I hop over the other side, and then a guy on his motorcycle crashes into them. So I grab one of the guy's guns and I just do like the, how the train's like, yeah. Because again, if you're up for more than a quarter second, you're dead. If you're up for more than a quarter second, you're dead. They'll shoot you. That's about as long. To line up a normal person lining up a shot takes a couple seconds, but for like trained professionals, not calling the ISIL people professionals, because they ain't. Yeah, anywhere in the quarter second, you're dead. I do that, and suddenly, oh god, I'm out of bullets, and there's one guy left, and then the guy who's on the motorcycle is laying down next to me. He's like, take my helmet. So I was like, okay, all right. So I take his helmet, and then I go, whoosh, and I pretend that my head is sticking up over here, and the guy goes, and then as soon as he like runs out of ammo, I was like, I hear I was like, oh, okay, now it's my time. I hop over the divider, then I spear him, then start beating the hell out of him, and by this time the police show up, and then suddenly they say like, oh my god, you're a goddamn hero, and then I'm on Oprah or Ellen like 2 months later, and I dance with Ellen, and then we get this like, I don't know, she buys me like running shoes, or she buys me all these weapons because she does that for her people that's on. That's another one of my fantasies. Again, everybody here is probably like, Chavez, you really have a lot of, fantasies about, pew-pewing. And yeah, but you know what? Hashtag hero. Anyway, planetvampire.com says, if Jason Voorhees isn't animated with a noise, I'll be heartbroken. Same. Sven Donjan says, ha ha ha, my wife's still pushing me to listen to Meet Kevin, but I prefer your story. Your wife's that's probably a smart thing to do. I don't really know 100% what he's like though. Aw, Bay. Oh, my Bay. Oh, it's what I'm from Kansas. I love her. Anywho, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to talk about the Meet Kevin stuff. I'm sure if I most of my a lot of the people that I've met, I meet them with their partners, and their partners like, and it happened with my friend Ernie too. When I met him I met him in DesignerCon 2021 with our friend BJ, and we became really good friends. I should be seeing him next week, and he's like, "Hey, I want to invite you out to dinner last year." It was like in April, and I met his wife, and she passed away since then. But she's like, my husband listens to you in bed every night. I was like, so that was. But yeah, that she's not the only one to say that. A lot of other people said that. I feel like if I were to meet your wife, she might be like, hey, you got to tell him to listen to other people. Like, you're great, but I'm just tired of hearing your voice like all the time. You just like tone it down. But it'll be like, okay, what, fair point. That is fair. But yeah, meet Kevin. I've heard good things. I've heard some good stuff. And we can make it as, oh my god, the DoorDash stuff. Happy fit, happy. Okay, we're gonna go get ready for the other stream on VV Magic, but right now we're gonna do some VV hunting. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to the market, and let me take a look at. I want to take a look at America Chavez again. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. And I also want to take a look at how many of the ultra rare are still available. All right, so the ultra rare, there's 212 available, and the secret rare is like 60. Oh, one of them got bought since before. So she's still at 92 doll hairs for the secret rare, and 22 for the ultra rare. But again, this She-Hulk, this ran a lot, and she's pretty scarce, and people love her, and it's 189 now. It's almost 190. Jesus. And there's not a sub 100 in sight. Oh no, you can get a sub 100 for 350. Okay. You know, not bad, I guess. And I don't know what happened to Namor. Namor just shot to the moon as well. From where he was comparatively. So we got Black Panther, Shuri at 169. I'm coming nice down below 69. And I'll take a look at Namor once more, and then I'll take a look at some other things. Because Namor was at like 119, 126. He was at like 84 the other day. It's weird. Some things going up, some things stay the same. And I would like to take stuff that's been going up and sell that for profit, and then buy some of the stuff that's staying the same. But let's take a look at some things outside. Let's take a look at some Adventure Time, some old school stuff. Ice King. What's Ice King at? Ice King at $30 hairs. And he's the rare. Let's take a look at Marceline. Marceline's the ultra rare, and she's at 127. Wow. This is a season 1. This is brilliant. And there's no I don't think that there's a sub 100 for $4.99. You know, it's a lot. $4.99 is it's a lot, but Marceline was also at like what, $700, like about $1,300, you know, before she went down, before the bear market. So yeah, let's see the Back to the so this Back to the Future one, the second one with the hovering version is $70, but if you take a look at it on the market, it's still available. Like, you can go and still purchase it on the market. So I thought that was really interesting. So that in turn forces you to buy it from the market because you don't have a. Let's try the Avengers Tower. Avengers Tower, still 979 left. Let's go with the Swamp Thing. Let's take a look at Swamp Thing. See how he's looking. There is, oh wow, Swamp Thing only had 1,000. Really? He only had 1,000 bought? There's 1862 left. Interesting. Let's see what the Eddie Riso is. The black and blue one. Eddie Riso's 349. That's secret rare black and blue. Let's take a look at the Todd and that first set, and let's see what we're dealing with here. Bitcoin BMW says, "Hey Randy, have an idea how many other Disney licenses for NFT and collectibles there is?" I think pretty much anything Disney can be made. Like anything Disney can be an NFT on here. So Gario, how's it going? Gario, Tom McFarlane. Oh, Tom McFarlane up to 1,000 again. He was down to 8 something like a week or two ago. Eddie Riso was down to like 1,700. Now he's up to 2,100. Grails tend to go up first. One last thing I want to see before we bounce is the Spider-Man one. Because because I've seen Topps has Disney NFTs. I don't think. Let me look at this because I don't think they do. They might have something, but I don't think it's NFTs though. Yeah, Disney Collect is not NFTs. Disney Collect, that they're like stickers, but they're not NFTs though. With that note, I'm gonna say we're gonna go to Veve Magic's channel in T minus 30 seconds. Actually, before we do that, I really do want to go on the. No, I was gonna say let's go check Spider-Man real quick because I want to see the secret rare Spider-Man, And then we'll go on Veve Magic's thing in a minute, and we'll do the Veve raid. But let me see. Oh man, Spider-Man's all the way. It's got to be S. Come on, one working search bar. Rabbit, Marvel, Mondo, Pixar, Silver Surfer. Okay, here we go. Spider-Man. Let's take a look at the secret rare because I'm really curious. Oh. 7,200. Not bad. All right, so we're going to go onto the Veve Magic thing. And we're going to go, yeah, so we're going to go over the Veve Magic and we're going to type in Randy Raid. Randy Raid. Randy Raid. Oh, all right. Super chat. And I'm going to do Randy Raid. Randy Raid. Randy Raid. Randy Raid. Oh, God. I have to purchase. Yep. One buy. One buy. One buy. One buy. Bye bye bye. Super.
Now your team She-Hulk, I take it. And then I'm team She-Hulk.
Oh, Alex is on there too.
MC1 with Captain. You got.
Come on, guys. Let's go to Veve Magic's channel.
With what is it? He's got Thor. Yep. And isn't David you, Chucky?
All right, I'm signing off. We're going to Veve Magic's channel. Meow, 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 meow. See you there. Meow, meow. Thank you for the super chat, Raythex.